non-binary and they, them, and all these things. And I was like, oh my God, this is a place where I can exist. And it was magical.
Should somebody try out your album right now?
You should try my album because we all need a bit more glitter and gold in our lives. And
Sam Smith went from being the poster child for woke Hollywood to its biggest embarrassment in less than a year. Let that sink in for a second. We're about to show you how quickly the entertainment industry can turn on its own. 1 minute you're breaking barriers, the next you're breaking your career. Buckle up, because this story's wilder than Sam's Grammy performance. Remember when Sam Smith was just another voice on the radio? Those days are long gone. Sam's transformation from soulful crooner to woke warrior happened faster than you can say non-binary pronouns. 1 minute they're singing about heartbreak, the next they're Hollywood's go-to for all things progressive. Sam didn't just dip their toes into woke waters, they dove in head first. We're talking full-on identity makeover. Pronouns changed. Outfits, let's just say grandma's pearls got a workout from all that clutching.
To know about how you feel.
from being a kid, I felt very restricted by the male gender.
Performances? Think less, stay with me, and more. Stay away from me if you're easily shocked. And Hollywood? They couldn't get enough. Every red carpet, every award show, every magazine cover, there was Sam, breaking barriers and making headlines. The industry bigwigs were falling over themselves to praise Sam's bravery and authenticity. It was like they'd discovered a new religion, and Sam was their prophet. Awards came pouring in. Critics were tripping over their keyboards to write glowing reviews. Sam was living the woke dream, and it seemed like it would never end. They were the poster child for a new progressive Hollywood.
I don't get this Sam Smith thing. It just seems like every week he deliberately...
They.
Why is one person they?
Because that's how they identify.
Why have I got to go along with
The darling of an industry desperate to prove how forward-thinking it was. But here's the thing about Hollywood. It's all sunshine and rainbows until it's not. Sam was riding high thinking they were untouchable. Big mistake. You know what they say about flying too close to the sun, right? Well, Sam was about to find out that even in La La Land, there's such a thing as too woke. Oh, turns out Hollywood's appetite for controversy has its limits. Who knew? One day you're pushing boundaries, the next you're pushing people's buttons. And Sam, they were pushing both, hard. The industry that had built them up was starting to get nervous. Whispers in boardrooms, side eyes at parties, the tide was turning. But Sam didn't notice. They were too busy being authentic, too caught up in their own hype to see the writing on the wall. And that writing, it was about to spell out a harsh lesson. Even in woke Hollywood, you can go too far. Sam was about to find that out the hard way. Really hard. So Sam's riding high on the woke wave, thinking they're untouchable. Big mistake. Remember that Grammy performance? The one with the devil horns and red leather? Yeah, that happened. And boy, did it ruffle some feathers.
Or should somebody try out your album right now?
You should try my album because we all need a bit more glitter and gold in our lives. And
it wasn't just conservative grandmas clutching their pearls anymore. Even liberal Hollywood started squirming in their seats. Ted Cruz and Marjorie Taylor Greene were up in arms, calling it an attack on religious values. And when it came out that Pfizer sponsored the whole thing, social media went nuts. But Sam didn't stop there. Their music videos got more explicit, more in your face. Take I'm Not Here to Make Friends, suggestive outfits, daring dance moves, the works. Some fans were all, "Yas queen, slay," while others were like, is this really necessary? Here's the kicker. Sam's fan base started shrinking faster than a cheap t-shirt in the wash. Turns out, not everyone wants a side of politics with their pop music. Who knew, right? People started throwing around words like attention-seeking and desperate. Ouch.
Sam Smith is back again with more attention-seeking vulgarity. They're never one to do things quietly in recent years. We have to...
Hollywood execs started whispering behind closed doors. Was Sam becoming more of a liability than an asset? The same industry that built Sam up was now looking for the exit door. All those bigwigs who couldn't get enough of Sam. Suddenly they were too busy to return calls. And Sam, they were too busy expressing themselves to notice the ground shaking beneath their feet. When the backlash hit, Sam tried to defend their Grammy performance as a statement of freedom and acceptance, but that just made people roll their eyes harder. Critics started saying Sam was using their identity as a shield to deflect criticism. Talk about a backfire. The more Sam pushed, the more people pushed back. It's like they forgot the golden rule of showbiz. Rid the room, honey. But Sam kept pushing those boundaries, thinking they were leading some kind of woke parade. Spoiler alert, the parade was over, and Sam was the only one still marching. Hollywood's love affair with wokeness was cooling off faster than a bad Tinder date, and Sam, they were about to get left on read. Remember when being woke was Hollywood's favorite party trick? Well, the party's over, and the cleanup crew's here. Forget cancel culture. Now it's woke culture that's getting the boot.
Non-binary and they, them, and all these things, and I was like, oh my god, this is a place where I can exist, and it was magical.
Why? Because apparently regular folks aren't as obsessed with identity politics as celebrities think they are. Who knew? Turns out Hollywood isn't as progressive as it pretends to be. Shocking, right? While Sam was busy pushing boundaries, the suits were having second thoughts. Suddenly, words like too controversial and alienating audiences were popping up in boardrooms.
You belong in hell! Sam Smith belongs in hell! You demonic, twisted, sick bastard!
Executives were sweating more than actors at an all-you-can-eat buffet, and here's the thing, Hollywood's starting to realize that being woke doesn't always equal being profitable, and in an industry all about the bottom line, that's a problem bigger than Sam's Grammy outfit. Take Disney for example, they've been pushing the woke agenda hard, but their recent movies, let's just say they're not exactly breaking box office records. Elemental had the worst opening weekend in Pixar history. Ouch! Sam Smith went from golden child to problem child faster than you can say non-binary. Big studio execs are realizing that maybe, just maybe, regular folks aren't as obsessed with identity politics as they are.
What would you say to people who are like, okay, I sort of understand some people feel they're in the wrong body. I've heard this non-binary thing.
Who'd have thought that people might want to watch movies without getting a lecture on social justice? Even the Oscars are feeling the heat. Their new diversity and inclusion standards for nominations, they're being called tone deaf and potentially damaging to the industry because nothing says artistic merit like ticking boxes on a DEI checklist, right? And get this, companies are actually cutting back on those DEI roles they were so proud of. Nearly a third of them got the axe in 2022. Guess all that diversity talk was just that, talk. So what's a woke celebrity to do in this new Hollywood? Maybe try acting instead of activism, just a thought. But hey, at least Sam Smith can say they were ahead of the curve. They pushed the boundaries so far, they pushed themselves right out of Hollywood's good graces. That's one way to make history, I guess. Remember when Sam Smith was Hollywood's golden child of wokeness? Yeah, those days are gone.
I don't realise this about me because when I first brought out Latch with Disclosure, I think I was trying to impress all the straight guys around me, so I would be wearing...
Now they're more like the problem child nobody wants to talk about at family reunions. What happened? Did Sam go too far, or did Hollywood's tolerance have a shorter shelf life than we thought? So here's Sam, still thinking they're leading some kind of woke revolution. Newsflash, the revolution's over, and Sam missed the memo. All those Hollywood bigwigs who used to fawn over them, they're suddenly too busy to pick up the phone. Funny how that works, right? Award show invites for Sam. They're drying up faster than a puddle in the Sahara. Remember when they couldn't walk 2 steps without tripping over a red carpet? Now they're lucky if they get invited to open a mall. That's showbiz for you. One day you're in, the next you're out. And Sam's music? Look, it's still out there. But radio play? Not what it used to be. Seems like people aren't as keen on mixing their pop tunes with a side of political statement anymore. Who'd have thought? Here's the kicker, being too woke is now the new not woke enough in Hollywood. It's like they've created this impossible standard where you gotta be woke, but not too woke. Make sense? Of course not. It's Hollywood, baby. So now Sam's left scratching their head, wondering where all the love went. Welcome to the real world of show business, kid.
Do you get starstruck at all in your career anymore?
I do, with the pop divas.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
1 minute they're praising you for authenticity. The next they're running for the hills like you've got the plague. You gotta wonder if Sam's learned anything from all this. Maybe, but in Hollywood, lessons usually come too late. By the time you figure out the game, you're already yesterday's news. And Sam? They're finding that out the hard way. The industry that once couldn't get enough of Sam's boundary-pushing antics is now giving them the cold shoulder. It's like they forgot that Hollywood support comes with an expiration date. And Sam's, it just ran out. Look, I'm not saying Sam's career is over, but let's just say it's seen better days. The same folks who used to call Sam brave and groundbreaking are now using words like liability and controversial. Ouch, that's gotta sting. So what's next for Sam Smith? Who knows? But one thing's for sure, Hollywood's woke parade has moved on, and Sam's left wondering why nobody told them the party was over. Tough break, kid. Maybe next time, read the room before you try to change it. So Sam Smith's wild ride? It's just the tip of the woke iceberg in Hollywood. This whole mess shows how the industry's obsession with being politically correct has backfired big time. They thought they were being all progressive and stuff, but now they're stuck with a monster they can't control. Oops. What's next for Tinseltown? Are they gonna keep pushing this woke agenda, or have they finally realized it's not all it's cracked up to be? I mean, when even the Oscars are getting flack for their diversity rules, you know something's gotta give. Here's the thing, Hollywood's not as woke as it pretends to be. They're all about the bottom line, and if being woke isn't making money anymore, you can bet they'll drop it faster than a hot potato. But will they admit they were wrong? Fat chance. So what's the takeaway from all this? Maybe it's time for Hollywood to focus on making good movies instead of trying to score woke points. Just a thought, but hey, what do I know? I'm just here for the popcorn.